Alright guys, so here we are again with another video today. So right now we are going to change out that evaporator cover assembly that's in the back. I was already into disassembling this one right here. So as you saw, the way I took off that big shelf was just, pushing in those tabs with a flat head together and then just lifting up and it'll slide out. So now these are just held on by a bunch of Phillips screws, but the reason why we're changing this out is if you see that cover just freezing up and a bunch of frost everywhere, just let the customer know it's best that if they can defrost it, basically unplugging the refrigerator and leaving the doors open at least a whole day prior before you come out. Obviously you'll have to let them know that they have to accommodate themselves with putting their food away somewhere if they even still have food, but the reason for that is because when we pull it out, you'll see that evaporator in the back, and this thing is just made of a styrofoam and plastic and a little bit of aluminum, but when everything freezes up, everything sticks together. So if you try to yank that, you're going to pull that little evaporator and you're going to probably crack it, and then you're going to have a different problem. But as you saw, that evaporator cover assembly only has two connectors, one for the sensor that's on top of it, and the other one is for the fan itself to help it circulate. These things sort of happen because either that fan stops working and then it stops the circulation, or your drain might be clogged up, causing it to start building up water from the inside, turning it into ice, and then over time it's just gonna freeze up that whole thing in the back, and it's best just to replace it and then unclog that drain. The drain is literally located at the bottom of that evaporator. It'll be a hole. But on this one, this is gonna be a real quick video because this refrigerator is on a step inside of a garage with a bunch of things around it. Whoever came here last should have just told the customer, be sure you clear everything else around it, for me to check the drain tubes in the back just to be sure that they're cleared. But I'm pretty confident that they are, because in the evaporator behind that cover there wasn't any sort of water still built up in that drain, so everything drained out the way that it should. But when you are changing these, just be sure when you do change it, just always be sure to check the drain tubes in the back of the refrigerator. So you'll pull out your fridge, you'll find that bottom panel, take those screws off, and then you'll see these little 5-inch long plastic tubes running up and down. Some have 3, others have 2, and some even just have 1. But just be sure you clean those out and make sure they're going to be able to drain out properly. So this is just me, as you can see, all that stuff around there. So I just wanted to plug it in just to see what was going to happen, because I didn't come out to this house, someone else did. I just wanted to see if it was actually going to turn on. And as you saw, yeah, everything came back on. But I eventually had to move everything around, asking the customer if he was okay if I could touch his stuff, to be sure if I could get back there, if anything that I moved might break. He said no, it's fine, but it took me quite a while, so that's why I didn't record it. But as you can see here, we are gonna replace that flipper as well. I'm assuming that they ordered it because one or two things: it's either broken or it's shorted. If it's broken, it'll be kind of clear as day where it's broken, and you just got to replace it. It's held on by 2 screws right there in the middle, and you just slide up and it'll pop out. And another reason why you would want to replace this is because there is a small heater in that little flipper that allows it to just kind of stay warm and not accumulate condensation. Condensation, for you guys that don't know, it just looks like something is sweating. And if that little metal thing starts to sweat, you'll have like a little bit of a puddle in between the doors at the bottom, and you don't really want that. So as you can see, we just put it back on. It only has 1 connector. Just take your time, like I always said. Just be sure to take pictures, be sure to pay attention as you're doing these things. Like I said before, again and again, these videos are just strictly to help out anybody that's wanting to install a part on their appliance. And just be careful with putting everything back together, because remember, these are other people's things and you don't want to break them. So we're just here for the purpose of teaching people, maybe saving you a quick buck, and eventually maybe even if for younger viewers out there, they want to start a new trade. Very lucrative business. But again, I do always want to tell you guys, I really appreciate you guys for taking the time out of your day for actually coming and watching these videos. And if you guys want to leave any sort of feedback or maybe something that you guys want to see, you know, just put it in the comment section, and I'll try my best to find if I can, you know, directly work with something you guys are commenting about, and I'll post a video about it. But again, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you again, and stay tuned for the next one. Peace.